What's up, Scorpio gang? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. My name's Annie. We are going to do your April monthly tarot reading for Scorpio placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Of course, anyone's welcome into this reading. I just ask you come in with an open heart, an open mind, a desire to learn something to better yourself. If the messages that come through don't resonate, feel free to push them aside. You may wish to revisit them at a later date. Sometimes tarot messages will make more sense in the future, so just be open to that. And you are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. This is, of course, optional advice or guidance. That's about it. Let's try and have some fun. I hope you guys are having a good kickoff to Aries season. What does the tarot want to tell Scorpio? Let's see. Temperance, all right. So possibly some Sagittarius energy. The Lovers, some Gemini energy. Cool. And then let's see, Judgment. All right. Interesting. So some of my Scorpios may be at some sort of crossroads with a romantic prospect or partner. I think we're going to start by talking about love and relationships, guys, and then I will talk about money and career more towards the second half, or anyway, hopefully I'll remember to timestamp. I'm going to immediately throw some clarifiers on this. Some of you may sort of be caught up in, it doesn't have to be third party, but kind of being monkey in the middle between some people. And I only say that because of the polarities of Sag and Gemini. And then Judgment I definitely associate a lot with Scorpio energy. It's transformational energy. It could be that some of you have just been very patient and love is starting to come in for you. And perhaps some of you are questioning if you're ready. Some of you might be being a little bit defensive or really subconsciously sort of putting up sort of blocking energy, but I'm not sure why. So let's dig into this a little bit more. I'm hearing you catch more bees with honey. So, yeah, I mean, it seems very obvious, but I am just going to put a plug in. If you're interested in somebody, make sure you are communicating that, not just vocally, right? But energetically, physically, emotionally, because I think somebody sees you as very guarded, Scorpio. I see this as sort of someone putting you up on a pedestal and wanting to be with you. Yeah, for some of you, it seems like there's a new chapter or a really transformational chapter in the arena of, I'll say at minimum, a very strong relationship. Of course, you can choose to view this through the lens of like a business partnership or a friendship. But I mean, for a lot of you, especially with this Lovers card, I don't know, this seems like it could go in a positive direction. But yeah, for a lot of you, you seem to be the one on the fence. Are you ready, Scorpio? Are you ready for this? It kind of seems like something you've manifested. I think some of you may actually be kind of aware that this person kind of puts you on a pedestal. And for some of you, I almost get the sense that you're worried that this person is going to like try and build their whole life around you. And I think it's not that you don't have the feelings there. For some of you, you do, but it's almost too much too soon. Or it's like there's a really intense energy coming from this person. And I'm not sure if you feel like you're capable of matching it. Others of you, I think you're just, what's a good way of putting it? It's like you're worrying about issues or problems that haven't even presented themselves yet because the feeling and the energy of this person is so strong. I see this person as actually kind of making their intentions pretty clear to you. I don't think there's a lot of guessing and a lot of mystery on where they stand. You seem to be sort of the one who maybe you just don't know. And so if you're at all confused or really perplexed or thinking this over, I sense that your person is definitely picking up on that, and it is giving them some level of concern. Like, is Scorpio going to dump me, or do they think I'm not good enough, and blah, blah, blah. Maybe not blah, 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 but you know what I mean. I'm kind of wanting to mix up decks. I don't know why. Because variety, right? Variety's the spice of life. This might be with another Scorpio, a Gemini, a Sagittarius. You have very strong Scorpio energy here. Possibly a little bit of Leo, just to name some zodiac signs. But yeah, look, I mean, King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. He hasn't come out yet, but to me, it seems like this could be a really good offer. Some of you feel like you're needing to focus more of your attention on your career and your work life right now. And so maybe you're just questioning, do I have room in my life for dating? Can I, again, match this person's energy? Can I allocate enough energy, time, resources, whatever, to meet this person in the middle, to bring my A game to this relationship? Some of you want to, you're just questioning if, again, I don't know if it's time management or if it's like, almost like priorities. That's sort of what I'm getting. And there's nothing wrong with that. The fact that you're sort of assessing it and being kind of logical and I'm hearing methodical. That's interesting. But using logic and reason to process what this is going to require of you, I think that's good. I think that's healthy. I think that shows maturity. Others of you, again, there's like this jumping to conclusions before it's even here. I think some of you are worried that this person is for some reason like in the limelight or in the spotlight or they have a reputation that's very important, like maybe it's at work or they have some sort of strong standing in life. I don't know what that means exactly. Some of you, it's like you're already anticipating that this person may have other prospects or suitors. And so it's almost like you refuse to compete for their attention. Like you're throwing in the towel before you even start to engage further with this person. So again, I mean, no shade, but I'm sort of kind of peeling back the layers where that's just stemming from fear. That really does stem from, personal insecurities, which we all have, right? You're a human being. And over time, that's going to get better the more you kind of flex that muscle, so to say, and work it out. But yeah, some of you, I see fear of what could be surrounding this relationship, even though it hasn't necessarily shown up as something that you need to be fearful about. There's a lot of like deep worrying and, oh my gosh, well, all these things could happen. But what if they don't, right? What if all this time you spend thinking about it is wasted energy because it really is just this light, beautiful thing. And then the flip side of the coin is, what you give power to, what thoughts and ideas you really invest in, whether they're true or not. That's how you manifest, right? So if you're not looking to manifest anything that is, putting you at odds with your person or putting you in competition, put your mind to positive things. Yeah, again, I see competition for this person's attention. Yeah, but I don't know. It's like they've already made their mind up that they want you, though. Like, it's almost being relayed to me almost as like this person already feels as if they've, I mean this in metaphor, but like it's like they're already contractually obligated to you by choice, though. It's not, it's not like they got trapped in a marriage. That's not what I see here. Yeah, some of you are still holding on to some wounds. Probably from a past relationship where maybe somebody rejected you or broke up with you. Maybe something happened unexpectedly, or maybe this person dropped a very heavy truth on you and it was something they were hiding, right? Pluto, Scorpio energy for a very long time. And so when it came to the surface, it really took you by surprise. I see some of you guys really still sort of working through the healing process regarding a past relationship. But yeah, this is fresh. This is some new offer that, I always look at the Page of Cups and I think it'll quench your thirst, right? There's something refreshing and nice and new about it. And I mean, if this Five of Swords is representing an old relationship, then to me that says like you were dealing with a page, right? This could be a king. It showed earlier a King of Cups, and that's interesting because you have the Queen of Cups showing up here. So, water energy, our emotions, our heart space, our love, our emotional investment in other people. You guys were just dealing with someone in the past who wasn't quite at your level. And as much as you wanted them to be or wished them to be or willed them to be, ultimately, something went haywire here, right? And for some of you, that may have been a marriage. With the Justice card, some of you may have been in a long-term commitment anyway, and when it went south, it really left some damage or some scarring on you. So always encouraging you to, no matter where you are in life, make sure you are healing those wounds and spending time in that energy to kind of sort through what you can release, what no longer serves a purpose in your life. For some of you, that might be a Gemini. You may have had to release a Gemini or a Libra for that matter. For some of you, it feels like you just couldn't get the Sagittarius to commit, or you just couldn't get the Sagittarius to put you before anything else. And again, you can wish it and will it and hope for it, but ultimately, you can't change people. And I think it is kind of dangerous territory to get into a relationship and think, oh, well, eventually they'll see the light, or they'll see that I am the one. Yeah, for a lot of you were dealing with a Sagittarius who was very focused on the prize, or the light at the end of the tunnel. And I don't know why I'm getting kind of Sag Gemini energy. So it doesn't have to be those signs, but for a lot of you it was. It's like you were really hoping to bring this person with you into the next level, but it was like an awkward puzzle piece. It just wouldn't quite go together there. And so ultimately some of you chose to break away, or vice versa. This person may have chose to move on, and there was this final kind of judgment call of, do we even want to try and make this work anymore? And so because of a past scenario, some of you are very conflicted about accepting new offers. Because I think there's trust issues here. Yeah, definitely. That's a big theme here. There's trust issues of repeating cycles. So, you have to check in with yourself and ask, did I learn the lessons from what happened the first time around? And it's never to, make you feel bad, like, oh, well, you don't deserve love because you didn't learn the lesson. It's not about that. But ultimately, people tend to have certain characteristics and behaviors and patterns that you do kind of sometimes seek out in relationships. But the whole point of that is sort of to mirror back to you what you need to see in yourself, so that, you can heal it and move past it. And then you can transform or transition into the next phase of dating, or whatever it is that you're looking for. This does feel very romantic to me. For some of you, it could certainly be a career spread, but let's see. Do I want to throw an oracle card on this? Yeah, why not? Let's do one of these. I think you have a big offer coming, or it's already here. It's just, are you going to choose to acknowledge it? And maybe there's kind of this final... I'm almost getting like this jerk, not in terms of like, oh, that person's such a jerk, but almost like, gosh, I don't know why I'm getting this visually, but that idea when you're on a roller coaster and it kind of stops right before the ride ends, and it kind of like jerks you in your seat. I don't know what that is, but it's a metaphor for something. And I almost get this idea of, removing someone from your present or your dating life, right? Trying to move on. A new offer presents itself, and then there's kind of this guttural like, oh my gosh, am I ready for this? Because if I were to accept this person's offer, I can't hold on to this one in the past anymore. It's like there's this final judgment call, this final decision. Like if this truly is something or someone I'm going to invest my time with, and metaphorically, right? Doesn't have to be written contract, but metaphorically get into some sort of contract with, or formal agreement, relationship, exclusivity. I can't be caught up in thinking about this person who did me wrong, or holding on to that rejection and that hurt, or that resentment, that bitter energy, that jealousy. It's like there is this final, like, are you ready to cut the cord from the past and embrace this newness, or are you still struggling with that? Like even this Five of Wands, oh, sorry, you guys can't see that. It's like, are you ready to let go? Are you willing to let go of all the baggage and bullshit and the hurt and the heartbreak in order to make room for this really beautiful offer? Or is there part of you, and I don't mean to offend anyone, but almost that scorpionic obsession of like, very much tied to the past. All my water signs have connection to the past very strongly. Like, is this something, it's almost like the torture you want to hang on to. I know that sounds a little bit unusual, but I think some of you know exactly what I mean. I have strong Scorpio in my chart too, right? Sometimes letting go can be a very difficult thing. That's just part of kind of the Scorpionic way. It's like extreme loyalty, but sometimes to a fault, that extreme loyalty to a person who chose someone else or who wasn't prioritizing you, right? So something comes around and it really forces you to kind of examine the present and the past. And are you going to hold on to something that is a minimal offer versus something that it seems, I don't know, it seems like it has much more potential. And again, something here might not even be in your life anymore. And yet there's still this triggering, this memory or this sensitivity about something that went on that you just seem to be, fists up, right? Not willing to let go of. And for some of you, it's not necessarily conscious. It's like you just feel like you can't escape the memory of it. I almost don't even know what to tell you for that too, because that's tricky. For those who want to let go of this, but are struggling, what is the best advice I can give them? If they want to let go of their ex, but they just, I don't know. I'm just sort of getting that storyline. It's I'm joking, but it's almost like I want to eternal sunshine this person. You know that movie with Jim Carrey? It's like I just want to wipe them from my memory so I don't ever have to think about it. So I guess here's what I would say to that. If this person is still sort of like penetrating your mind, right? Even if they've exited your life, say they're off and with someone else, or they moved to a different city and it's just not a reality anymore. If it's still going on in your brain, it pinched a nerve, right? There's a sensitivity issue there that is pointing out something inside of you that still needs to be healed. So really some depth of self-examination, very Scorpio energy, penetrating deeper into asking the question, why? Why do I feel like this? Why did I put that person on a pedestal? Why did it feel that way and it doesn't with other people? You have to dig deep. I would do some like free association writing and see what comes up, or really analyze your dreams, or, speak to a counselor, speak to a therapist, right? That's what this could be too. Because the thing is, I do see some of you really wanting to cut it off, like desperately, just like, I don't want this anymore. But for some reason or another, this person's still in your life. For maybe a few of you, maybe it's because this person wants their cake and wants to eat it too. Like they're kind of like juggling you. And so when it's there, it's good. But then when they're off with someone else, you're just like, oh, this is the worst, right? So for some of you, it really is about setting healthier boundaries, right? Respecting yourself. Others of you, it's just the memory. And okay, guys, I could honestly see this too, metaphorically, as the idea of losing someone, right? Like if they've passed on into another realm, it could be that too. So for some of you who are trying to get back out and date again, if you're widowed or widower or something like that, it's almost like you feel like you're disrespecting their memory by getting back out there. And I just don't think that's true. Obviously I don't know your people who have passed on, and I don't predict death, guys, you know that, but I think this person would want you to be happy. And so whatever that means to you, if that means going out and meeting new people and allowing your heart to grow and love and thrive and give and receive love, there's no reason why that should hold you back. Whoever's involved here, you're letting the past hold you back. And Judgment says there's a new chapter coming. If it's not here yet, it's get ready to fly, right? It's like you're running back and you're about to like lunge into the air, like Spider-Man, right? It's like a new chapter's coming in. Okay, cool. So I was asking, for those who it's like you want to let go, but you just can't. The best advice or guidance I can give you is, you're right. There was a lot there. 8 of Cups. At one point in time, it was so nurturing and emotionally fulfilling and, starry-eyed and in love and all that. But it's saying it's 8 of Cups, though. Like, this isn't 9 of Cups. It's not even 10 of Cups. So 8 of Cups to me is a huge card of bravery, right? Your ability to let go or allow yourself to stray from something that once felt like like a great thing, a beautiful thing. It's not to say it wasn't, because ultimately 8 of Cups is like, hey, it got you to where you are today, and you're still here, and you're alive, and you're kicking, and you're doing it. But it can get better, right? This isn't where it ends. And like, even that narrative, it's not like the universe would just give you something great and take it all away without a reason, right? You're not being punished or tortured, despite what some of you may think. But I almost think the universe is leaving the decision up to you. Like, do you want to see what else is out there? Do you believe there is a 9 of Cups? And by that, I mean like ultimate wish fulfillment. Do you believe there's 10 of Cups, the Cinderella story? Again, it's not about rejecting or resenting what happened, because it's gotten you to where you are, but this isn't where the story ends. You're meant to go and explore more and discover more and have faith that there is something out there for you. 8 of Cups, it's about liberation, but also I think it's about going on that gut instinct, that hunch you have, that intuition that says, there's something else out there. Like, I know it, I can't see it, but I feel it. Cup energy. You bet your butt. You bet your butt, Scorpio. So that's, I guess what I would say is, it's up to you. You can stay in the past and relive these memories, or, take this person back time and time again. I'm not here to tell you can't. I think you have. But are you sick of it? Are you done with it enough to be like, judgment, final judgment, right? Transformation, Pluto. And maybe that has to do with the metaphorically, like, the dead rise up again, so you can revisit the ghost, the memory one last time, and then close that cycle out, right? The World card ultimately. But you do have a couple cards indicating cycle changes. So Are you ready to invest in yourself? Are you ready to commit to this new contract of self-love and exploring, again, whatever out in the world lights your fire, whatever gets you passionate about? You don't have a ton of wand energy here. You have a little bit. But again, because it's Aries season, we're all going to be feeling sort of that spark, that flame, that initiation to go and chase a new thing. It's the beginning of the zodiacal year, right? So it's a fresh start, Scorpio. What are you going to do with it? Let me throw one of these oracle cards at you, and then we will talk about money, money and career. Is there one card that I can give to Scorpio, please? These are Indigo Angel oracle cards for Scorpio. Apologize. And Archangel Michael. Awesome. Love it. I'm going to read them to you. So let's see. Let's see. All right. Apologize. This card asks you to take the high road in this situation and apologize to either the people involved, if applicable, or yourself for the things that have been bothering you. Your honesty and fiery indigo nature may inadvertently lead you to say things that might hurt others' feelings. Saying that you're sorry is one of the best ways to let the pressure off of yourself and diffuse the tension. Even if you perceive that you've done nothing wrong, this angel asks you to apologize in general for any disappointments or frustrations that arose. Be sure to have an honest discussion with yourself or the person about underlying feelings that led to the conflict. The angels certainly don't want you to cover up your true emotions. Queen of Cups. Know that while saying you're sorry may not be easy or even seem fair, the situation is being asked of you because it serves a higher purpose. This is a lesson for you to put aside your pride and do something for the greater good. So that's your first oracle card. And then let's talk about this one. Archangel Michael. You received this card because Archangel Michael wishes to work with you and your divine mission. Like all of the archangels, Michael can be with you and everyone simultaneously, as he is unlimited and non-denominational. He helps anyone who asks, especially if you have a life purpose to help on Earth, which you and all indigos do, as in indigo angels. The giver of strength, Archangel Michael reminds you of your role on Earth. He helps you release your fear and have a healthy level of self-confidence. Call upon him anytime you are afraid and know that you are immediately protected by the grace of heaven. Archangel Michael is here to guide your decisions based on your purpose instead of fear, and rest assured that he will lead you to your highest potential. Whenever you feel alone, afraid, or vulnerable, allow the power of this magnificent angel to bring a comforting sense of protection to you. All right, Scorpio. Let's transition and talk about your money. And obviously, if you guys want something catered more personally to your energy, feel free to book a personal reading with me. There's information down below in the description box on how to do that. All right, let's talk about money. We'll do this deck. What can I tell my Scorpio gang about money, career, finances, jobs, loans, payouts, anything that wants to come through regarding their financial health in the month of April? Ooh, the Ace of Coins. All right, new opportunity. Investing in a property for some of you, or doing housework, house repairs, putting money into your living space, and possibly your land too. I'm not exactly sure what that would be, but some of you might be doing sort of like a almost like sort of like landscaping is what I'm getting, but like making your immediate space or your immediate area, your office space, however you want to say it, more lush, more abundant. It's like treating your space with respect. And with that, it seems like you're going to be investing more in products or things that are going to help bring your space to life, make it more cozy and comfortable. And not only that, but user-friendly. There's a better word for that, but ultimately that's what I'm trying to say. All right, and then you have the Ten of Swords. Interesting. So what's with that? For some of you, it's like your thought process is holding you back. There's the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Coins are excellent cards. Aces are essentially new beginnings and blessings. But the thing holding you back is your own mind. You seem to be talking yourself out of it, and I'm not sure why that is. Again, fear. Fear of what? You have like a beautiful light inside you. It's meant to be shared with the world. So why do you think you don't deserve to put yourself out there or do the thing that brings you joy? Honoring your gift, right? Kind of like that Indigo angel card we just read. It's like you're meant to spread your light here in this world. And by denying yourself that, you're also denying all these other people kind of the gifts that you have to share in this lifetime. There's the world. All right. So busting free. From a mental prison, from limiting beliefs, areas in life where you once held yourself back because you either lacked confidence or bravery or you just didn't think you could do it. You're placing new value on yourself. I see some of you betting on yourself and being like, you know what, I'm going to do this. And for a lot of you, as I know this sounds like I'm just making it like this big simple solution, but I'm telling you with these 3 cards, it's saying changing your mind will be life-changing in this endeavor. Whatever it has to do with your work or your money, it has to do with changing your mind and changing your perspective. And what I mean by changing your mind, changing how you approach this idea or how you allow yourself to engage with this type of energy. There's like some negative thoughts and negative thinking that it's like they're holding you hostage, they're holding you prison, and yet they're your thoughts. So you have the power to change them, right? With all the kind of Gemini energy, like let's go the opposite way. Let's utilize some of that like Sagittarian faith and optimism, and I'll figure it out when I get there. Or, like I'm not going to worry about the problems until the problems present themselves. Of course, if you're spending a lot of money, safety proof yourself, right? Think things through. But yeah, some of you, it's like you kind of have to go on some blind optimism or blind faith right now to get yourself out of a situation. Some of you have already started investing money in something or moved forward in something, and now you're like, oh shoot, how do I get out of this? Like something unexpected happened, and like my mind is all tied up in what went wrong. And again, it's like you're already in the thick of this, so you can't give up now. You have to work through the problems, the world, right? This is Saturn energy, so it's about overcoming obstacles in the long term. It's gonna feel amazing, right? This is a huge card of celebrations, graduations, accomplishment. Some of you, it's like you're overcoming things a day at a time. If you look back though and realize just how far you've come, it's almost like that's going to reinvigorate your spirit to go back and tackle this again, or again to tackle it in a new way. I almost see these as bookends. It's like the beginning and the end, like quite literally the ace and the world. Then you have to remember this is a major arcana, right? So this is huge. This is big. For some of you, all this mental energy, it could be that you were going back to literally get a degree or studying, and it is taking a lot of mental energy, but just think of the reward at the end. I think some of you just need to be reminded of like the memory of why you started this, or what the potential you saw in it, or why you decided to invest in it, to like trigger your optimism again. We're getting really we're getting in our own way, Scorpio. You need a healthy perspective on this. You need to like hit reset. You need to talk to a mentor or someone who's in a similar position, get some wisdom, get some guidance, get out of your own head just for a bit. I think that would be healthy for you, because whatever it is, that's impacting your money. What else can I tell Scorpio? I'm almost wanting to say some of you missed out on a good option because you chose to walk away. And I don't do fear-based readings, so to me this says you may end up connecting with someone financially or business-wise or whatever it is that you overlooked them in the past. This person supported you or had a tremendous investment in you spiritually as a person, but you decided to walk away from it, and it's almost like this person comes back to re-endorse you, or I mean this in a very positive way, but it's like you lost track of this somewhere, and like you lost yourself in it, and in a funny positive way. It's like this person, I'm sort of getting the idea, like they come back into your life and it's like they have to remind you who the fuck you are, right? Like, pardon my French, but it's like, you're Scorpio, you can do this. Like, we're not going to give up. We're not going to let a few problems, absolutely ruin our game plan or whatever. Yeah, you have a very loyal friend here, possibly in the form of an earth sign, especially a Virgo, maybe a Taurus, Capricorn. It doesn't have to be, but it's like whoever or whatever this is, they remind you of some important foundation that you have, or possibly, again, what I said earlier, like reminding you just how far you've come. As cheesy as it sounds, I'm almost getting like this, when the going gets tough, what are you going to do? Are you going to fold under pressure? Or are you going to, maybe take a break for your mental health and then come back into it full steam, really fighting for what you want? Ace of Swords, again, Aries energy, right? The warrior spirit, the trailblazer, the risk taker, cutting your own path. Maybe being the first to do it. So maybe there isn't a manual for what you're doing. Maybe there isn't a guidebook. Or the opposite, maybe it's extremely competitive. Maybe there's a lot of people doing this, or, in your perception, doing it better. So why bother? No. We're not going to think that way, right? Yes, there might be competition, but that doesn't mean anyone deserves it more than you, right? I mean, put up or shut up, or however you want to say it, right? Show them what you got. It's not a time to quit. I think a lot of you, again, your worst enemy right now is the things you're telling yourself. So it's like you got to hit reset on your brain. And again, I feel like just talking to a friend about this or connecting with someone who's in a similar position, it's going to reinvigorate you. And maybe this is saying power in numbers. Maybe this is saying collaboration. Maybe this is saying leaning on each other for support. Maybe this person is going to loan you some money that really puts you in a more advantageous position. Maybe you're going to apply for a loan or seek some sort of financial aid. Maybe, again, there's going to be a joint partnership, or maybe there's just a, hey, I got you. Like maybe there's like a, you can do it. I'm going to encourage you and support you. And maybe that's all you needed, right? Maybe you just kind of needed to relight that fire under your butt to get you going again. I'm curious about this. What deck do I want to use? This one again. The Four of Wands. Yeah, it's almost like this is your calling. This is your calling, and you're about to give up. Don't do that. Yeah, it's like you're too overwhelmed by something, and you're at the point where you're like, I'm just gonna walk away. I can't do it anymore. I'm done. Some of you, it's like I put all my resources into this and it's still not growing. And again, guys, these are general readings, but for the majority of you out there watching, I see you throwing in the towel and quitting, as it's like you're doing it just like way too early. Like something here, it's like it's under the earth. It's like the seed is about to bud, or it's about to bloom or blossom up from the earth, but because you physically can't see it, you're like, I'm just going to write it off. It's not happening. It is. You have to practice patience and, again, faith. Have faith that the universe, is calling you in this direction for a reason. I mean, it's your money, it's your finances, it's your bank account, so you need to do what's smart for you. But maybe it's strategizing your spending in a different way so that you can make time to do this in a more balanced way. Let's put it that way. Something here certainly needs to change, but I don't think it's time to just walk away and give up because you're emotionally overwhelmed, right? You're a water sign, right? I'm going to call you out a little bit. All my water signs, and I include myself, I have so much water in my chart. It's easy to get overwhelmed and sometimes make decisions when we're not in the clearest space, right? So just for a few hours, right? Go outside, take a walk, get grounded. A lot of earth energy here. Give this sort of, a night's sleep or however long you can, where you kind of walk away and re-strategize and replan and come back to it with fresh eyes or a fresh perspective. Because the thing is, it can be tweaked. It can be tailored. It can be changed ever so slightly. I don't think you guys are supposed to abandon this and give up. And I do think this is career-wise, guys. Yeah, look at that. It's like flanked by the Two of Cups. And this is only for some of you, but I am getting this like collaboration you walked away from or declined. It comes back and it is either very financially beneficial to you, or it's stabilizing at minimum. Something about this gift of a person or a collaborator coming into your life, it gives you peace of mind again. It doesn't feel like you're walking on eggshells, or it doesn't feel like, I don't know, whatever this kind of torturous mindset is, or this nervousness, this anxiety, something about it relieves your stress a little bit. Maybe you hire someone to help you and it takes a little stress off your plate. Like it could be something like that. There is beauty in partnership here. Something about that is very beneficial to you. So, as much as Aries is kind of like the independent spirit, the entrepreneur, the one-man show or the one-woman show, That might not be the case for Scorpio this month. For a lot of you, this is about looking at people in your life and asking for help, and knowing that people here seem to be very willing to give you a helping hand, a little boost, a nudge, a pep talk. For some of you, there's money. Someone's going to invest in your business or help you pay that bill, or help pay off that debt, or apply for that loan. There's financial help for some of you. And emotional support, emotional help. As I said that, I almost said emotional health. So for some of you, that's a key word for you this month. How is your emotional health? Health. Anything else about this? Again, some of you, there's trust issues about partnership. It's like trickling into your life in different areas. It's like, oh, well, I got burned once. So what? You think that's going to happen again and again and again? No, like the odds are in your favor here. You're stopping yourself, Scorpio. The Knight of Swords. Yeah, so you have two knights. Knights bring change and movement into your life. And again, look at this. Earth energy, the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. And then you have the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Messages are coming in. Messages about money. Messages about abundance. Messages about property. Messages about your body, about your health. Messages about your resources, your possessions. And if it's coming in with Two of Cups, that's support, that's compatibility, that's collaboration. Some of you, I would be on the lookout to collaborate with air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or possibly earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And again, the idea of knights being mutable air signs. So the mutable air signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Mutable meaning changeable, adaptable, not this fixed energy of, well, we started it this way, so it has to be preserved and we can't falter from, the rules, the tradition. Absolutely not. That's one of the benefits of having some of that mutable energy, whether it's in your chart, and it very likely is somewhere, or someone coming in. It's like, it's okay to change directions. It's okay to change your mind. But I think some of you are seeing it very Scorpio. I love this, like all or nothing. You're like, well, that's it, abandon ship. And this person's like, no, what are you talking about? Like, some of you start getting deals, you start getting clients, you start getting hits on your website or your social media, and it might come from multiple people. Like if you've gone months without a client, I could even see this as some of you Scorpios, it's like you get two at a time. Or do you understand what I mean? There's just something really cool about you. You have two knights, each bringing a cup, right? So it's like these people want to mingle with you and collaborate with you. Are you networking, Scorpio? How are you trying to grow from this role or this position or business? Are you reaching out to mentors or people who can help? Are you taking seminars? Are you taking classes? Are you taking courses? Again, Aries season, you got to take action. It's not a time in the zodiacal year where things are just going to come to you and land in your lap magically. No, you have to go out and more or less compete for them, right? It doesn't have to be cutthroat. It can be fun. It can be friendly competition, or, even better, friendly collaboration. But you got to go out and do it, Scorpio. We can't get lost in our head and let our mind talk us out of things that we know in our heart we want to do. Things that we're invested in emotionally. It's like, what is the disconnect here? Where are we telling ourselves that we can't? Or where are we allowing other people to navigate our own ship, right? It's our life. It's your life, Scorpio, right? So, people are always going to give you comments and criticism, but you get to choose which ones you want to believe as a truth, which ones you want to invest in. For some of you, it's like you just kind of have to go on your gut reaction because only you know what's best for you, Scorpio. So I like this, though. I think you guys have helpers coming in. It's almost like angels in disguise. So I would say be on the lookout for them. All right, Scorp. Last but not least, let's get you just some keywords, some mermaid oracle cards. I just think these are cute. Is there a couple keywords I can leave my Scorpios with? Yes. Opportunity. You will prove yourself and discover if you brave the rough seas. Let me try that again. Opportunity. You will prove yourself and discover if you brave the rough seas. Yeah. Fortune favors the bold, is what I would say there. Take some risks. And then flow, let your worries drift away. Absolutely. I'm just going to put that right next to these guys who are just drowning in their own thoughts that don't need to be. All right, Scorpio, that is your April monthly tarot scope, I guess I'll call it. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel. If you want to book a personal reading, please do. Shoot me an email. We'll get you all squared away. Other than that, I will see you very soon on YouTube for more tarot. Bye, Scorpio.